This week on POL, we'll travel underground in a boat to explore Penn's Cave. The beauty is mind-boggling, and we'll visit the Wildlife Adventure Park, plus the Carbon County Environmental Education Center, and it's only on POL. Hello everyone and welcome to POL. I'm Don Jacobs. We took it on the road. We're at Penn's Cave in beautiful Center County. Now they said, you know what, we want to sponsor a show and we want you to tell everybody all about what we do here at Penn's Cave. You're going to hear from the general manager, Mark Watson, and Brian Schweizer is actually going to give us the tour of the two sections. So when somebody asks you, what is Penn's Cave and Wildlife Park? What is it?
Well, it's a lot of fun. That's basically, we'll sum it up as that as a tourist park. Family oriented for people to come in. We have the wildlife park and we also have the cavern tour. We also have the miner's maze. We have the cafe for people to relax and have food while they're waiting in between tours. Just a lot of family fun here.
So the cave, explain that to me. A lot of people think you're crawling through a little hole. Much different than that.
People go down into the cave. It's about a 45-minute tour. It's all by a flat-bottom boat.
Our boat captain and longtime employee of the cave is Brian Schweizer. We're getting ready to go for a ride here. Wow, I got my own boat.
You got your own boat.
My own boat, you're my own captain. This is cool. Oh, wow.
Off to the left here, underneath the layer of rock, this is where the water enters our cave. Comes in the form of an underground spring. On an average day, 11 million gallons of water come into our cave, flowing half a mile down through before it exits out onto a man-made lake called Lake Nittany. We'll go through the cave, learn some neat facts about the cave, small lap around Lake Nittany, and then come right back to the dock to finish our tour.
Look at this.
Most common formations in the cave will be our stalactites. They're the ones that are growing from the ceiling downward. Stalagmites are the opposite. They're coming off the floor of the cave and they'll work their way up towards the ceiling. And then the other big formation in the cave are your columns or pillars, and they are formed when that stalactite and stalagmite grow together.
So I see water dripping from the ceiling. That's pretty cool.
The formation's growing.
Okay.
Your water works its way through the rock,
look at
through
that.
the soil, drips off or down through the formation, makes a small water droplet, and just before the water drips away, that's when the minerals are deposited.
Oh.
And that's how the stalactites are formed.
This is awesome. This is out of a movie, man. You know, this is out of like Indiana Jones or something.
This is our first room of the cave. Nice view.
So cool. Now, what kind of minerals do you know?
Our main minerals in the cave are your calcium. That's the white that we see on the walls and the ceiling.
Okay.
And then you have your iron. That's the orange, yellow, or red coloration that we see. And then, of course, the gray rock is limestone, which is the main rock of the cave, as well as the valley here. The cavern was discovered in 1795 by a local priest named James Martin. He was out for a walk at the time where the parking lot in our big 3-story cave house. He was walking through the orchard. It was an orchard at the time, and he was walking through that orchard, felt a cold air blowing through, so curiosity got the best of him, and he followed that cold air and found another entranceway up in behind the second room of our cave here, which we're heading to next. Now we're into our second room of the cave. This is also the largest room of our cavern. The entranceway that I was telling you about is up in behind one of our famous formations. That's the petrified or Nittany lion there in our lake, the petrified or Nittany lion.
You didn't have to say that. As soon as I saw it, I thought, bet you they call that the lion.
Another formation that we like to point out is our Buddha, or Sphinx here.
And again, I was going to say Buddha.
We're, for the Star Wars fan, using the imagination, we got Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt, yeah.
Right here, we're sitting about 100 feet underground.
And how deep is the water below us?
Water in the cave mainly averages anywhere from 3 feet to 6 feet.
Is that all? Really?
The dock and the lake are the deepest points of the water. They're around 13 to 15 feet deep. And we made it down to our last room of the cave. We call this room the room of colored lights. Just a simple color, change in the color will give it a different look.
Totally different look. Oh, wow. The shadows change, the backlighting changes.
And then we'll combine them all together, create the rainbow.
Yeah, this is worth seeing. Definitely worth seeing.
And then obviously, like I said, we haven't moved, formations haven't moved. Kill all the colored lights and go back to the white lighting, whole different look.
It is. Wow. Part of me just wants to go up there and climb and touch things. The little boy's still in me at 62.
And then out in front here, that's the man-made tunnel or entranceway they blasted through in 1927 to go on to Lake Nittany. Lake Nittany was built in 1925, and they used Lake Nittany to generate hydroelectricity to run lighting in the cave and also the 3-story cave house out front.
We made our way to Lake Nittany, cruised a little bit, and started our way back.
Very unique experience. In fact, in November, we have a lantern tour like they did back in the old days. That's electric lanterns, but we do that as well. We light up the cave. It has different types of lights. We show you those different formations. And then we turn out the lights so everybody can realize how dark it is down there, because it is very dark, almost absent of light. There's only a few caverns in the United States that is all by a boat, a water tour. Some have partial water tours and then you walk the other, but we're a little too lazy for that. We just say, go ahead, go through the whole thing on a boat. No walking involved.
That's awesome. So the cave tour takes about 45 minutes. Brian was nice enough to give us the tour. Are you going to give us the tour to Wildlife Park
I'll be
too?
giving you the wildlife tour as well.
Okay, we're going to take a short break. We'll have more of POL in just a few minutes.